called my mom when my husband refused to listen to me. So my husband Jake has this thing where he thinks he knows everything about cars. Like everything. He grew up working on engines with his dad and acts like that makes him some kind of expert mechanic. The problem is, he's not. Last Tuesday, I was driving home from work in my Honda Civic when I started hearing this weird grinding noise from the front wheels. It wasn't super loud, but it was definitely there. I pulled into our driveway and told Jake about it right away. He barely looked up from his phone. It's probably just your brakes squeaking. They do that sometimes. I told him it didn't sound like squeaking. It sounded more like metal grinding against metal, and it was getting worse. He rolled his eyes. Babe, I've been working on cars since I was 12. Trust me, it's fine. The next morning, same thing. The grinding was even louder now, especially when I turned left. I told Jake again, and this time he actually came outside to listen. He had me start the car and drive it around the block while he stood there with his arms crossed like some kind of professional. When I got back, he shook his head. See? Nothing. You're being paranoid. But I wasn't being paranoid. Thursday morning on my way to work, the grinding was so loud other drivers were looking at me at red lights. I called Jake during my lunch break. I'm taking the car to a mechanic after work. Something is seriously wrong. He got annoyed. Don't waste our money on some guy who's gonna try to sell you stuff you don't need. I'm telling you, the car is fine. Friday morning, I was driving to pick up groceries when it happened. I was turning left into the parking lot when the grinding turned into this horrible screeching sound, and then the car just started pulling hard to the right. I had to grip the steering wheel with both hands to keep it straight. My heart was pounding as I managed to park. I called Jake immediately. Something just happened with the car. I think the wheel bearing went out or something. He sighed like I was bothering him. You probably just hit a pothole wrong. Drive it home and I'll look at it this weekend. I told him I didn't think it was safe to drive. He said, it's fine. Cars don't just break down like that. That's when I hung up and called my mom. My mom has never claimed to know anything about cars, but she has common sense. I told her what was happening, and she didn't hesitate. Don't drive that car anywhere. Call a tow truck and get it to a mechanic right now. I'll pay for it if Jake gives you grief. The mechanic took one look at my car and his face got serious. Ma'am, you're lucky you didn't crash. Your front wheel bearing completely failed. If you'd kept driving on this, the wheel could have locked up or even come off while you were on the highway. The repair cost $600.